I'm going to take you on a journey through the coolest advancements in virtual reality gaming, and by the end, you'll be just as excited as I am about what's coming next. Virtual reality gaming has been on the rise for a few years now, and it's easy to see why. The idea of immersing ourselves in a completely new world, one that's more interactive and engaging than anything we've ever seen before, is undeniably appealing. It's a chance to experience games in a whole new way, one that's more visceral, more thrilling, and more realistic. For gamers, it's a dream come true, the ultimate escape from reality. But as much as VR gaming has been praised, it's still a relatively new technology. And like any new technology, it comes with its own set of challenges and limitations. We're still in the early days of VR, and there are plenty of kinks to work out before it can truly reach its full potential. That's what makes it so exciting, though. The possibilities are endless, and we're just starting to scratch the surface. As gamers, we're used to playing games on a screen, with a controller in our hands. But VR gaming flips that script entirely. We're no longer just playing a game, we're living it. We're inside the game, surrounded by it, interacting with it in ways that were previously impossible. And that's what makes it so immersive, so engaging, and so utterly captivating. But despite its promise, VR gaming still has a long way to go before it can become a mainstream phenomenon. There are plenty of hurdles standing in its way, from accessibility to hardware costs to user experience challenges. So let's dive deeper into some of the current limitations of VR gaming. One of the biggest challenges facing VR gaming is accessibility. Right now, high-quality VR headsets are still pretty expensive, which means that not everyone can afford to get in on the action. And even if you do have the money, it's not always easy to find games that are compatible with your headset. It's a catch-22, you need the headset to play the games, but you need the games to make the headset worth buying. Another major issue is hardware costs. As I just mentioned, high-quality VR headsets can be pricey, and that's not even counting the cost of a powerful computer or gaming console to run them. It's a significant investment, one that not everyone is willing or able to make. And then there's the user experience itself. One of the biggest complaints about VR gaming is that it can be a bit disorienting, especially for new players. It takes some getting used to, and even then, it's not always easy to navigate. Add to that the fact that some VR games can be a bit shallow, lacking the depth and complexity of traditional games, and it's clear that there's still plenty of work to be done. But despite these challenges, there are still plenty of VR gamers out there who are passionate about the technology and committed to pushing it forward. They're the ones who are driving innovation, who are pushing the boundaries of what's possible, and who are creating new and exciting experiences that are changing the face of gaming. And speaking of innovation, there have been some incredible advancements in VR technology recently. From improved VR headsets to haptic feedback devices, the landscape of gaming is changing fast. One of the most exciting developments is the rise of standalone VR headsets, ones that don't need a computer or console to run. Another area that's seen huge progress is haptic feedback technology. This is the kind of tech that lets you feel sensations in the virtual world, like the recoil of a gun or the impact of a punch. It's incredibly immersive, and it's changing the way we interact with games. Immersive environments are also becoming more and more advanced. These are the kinds of environments that transport you to a completely new world, one that's so realistic, so detailed, and so believable that you forget you're even playing a game. It's like stepping into a movie, or a dream, or a whole new reality. We're also seeing more and more cross-platform compatibility, which is huge for VR gaming. It means that you can play with friends no matter what headset or console they're using, which is a major step forward for the community. And then there are the games themselves. We're seeing more and more titles that are specifically designed for VR, ones that take advantage of the unique possibilities of the technology. These are games that are designed from the ground up for immersion, for interaction, and for pure, unadulterated fun. One of the most exciting developments in VR gaming is the rise of AAA titles. These are big-budget games with huge production values, ones that are competing with the biggest and best of traditional gaming. They're the kinds of games that are going to bring VR gaming into the mainstream, the kinds that are going to make it cool, and the kinds that are going to make it inaccessible to anyone who doesn't have a VR headset. But it's not just about the games themselves, it's about the experiences they're creating. Take, for example, a game like Astro Bot: Rescue Mission. This is a platformer that's designed specifically for VR, one that takes advantage of the technology in incredible ways. You're not just playing a game, you're exploring a world, one that's full of wonder, full of surprises, and full of excitement. Or take a game like Blood and Truth. This is a first-person shooter that's designed to be as immersive as possible, with haptic feedback, motion controls, and a storyline that's straight out of a Hollywood movie. It's a game that's designed to get your heart racing, to get you on the edge of your seat, and to leave you breathless. These are the kinds of experiences that are going to change the face of gaming, the kinds that are going to bring VR into the mainstream, and the kinds that are going to make it impossible to go back to traditional gaming. So what does the future hold for VR gaming? As we've seen, the possibilities are endless, the challenges are real, and the advancements are coming fast. It's an exciting time to be a gamer, and it's an even more exciting time to be a VR gamer. As we look to the future, it's clear that VR gaming is going to change the way we play, the way we interact, and the way we experience games. It's going to open up new possibilities, new genres, and new ways of storytelling. It's going to bring us closer together, to create communities that are more connected, more passionate, and more committed than ever before. So what do you think about the future of VR gaming? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts, your ideas, and your predictions for what's to come. And don't forget to check out my other videos for more gaming content, more analysis, and more insights into the world of virtual reality. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.